What happens if I turn this light off? How bad is it? Let's look. Oh, that bad. Hello and welcome to the dark. Hello and welcome to the Once Upon a Corgi Podcast. We are a crafty puppy interrupted podcast coming to you from Southern Connecticut. I'm your human host, Gabby. You can find me everywhere online as Gabbigales and all my hand-dyed yarn at Once Upon a Corgi and onceuponacorgi.com. Thank you so much for taking a little bit of time to spend with us in our corner of the internet. Just watching the CAT adjust himself on a piece of fabric filled with pins. Welcome. This is episode 118, so hello and welcome to all new viewers, and hello and thank you so much for coming back to all returning viewers. We don't have a very crafty heavy podcast, but I have a ton of started projects for you this week. It feels like I got a lot done, but then I looked at it and I feel like I got nothing done. So we have our pumpkin tea, because it's always pumpkin season. The world's grayest, darkest, rainiest day of February so far. We're only 13 days in. And let's go. Also, I think the CAT is hunting the dogs currently. I'm going to try not to get my hair so much in because it's messing up the lighting a lot. Let me scoot. So let's get into it with what I'm wearing. I'm wearing the Catbells Pullover by Pippin Pin. I knit this out of Coopsworth lamb's wool that I got at Rhinebeck 2 years ago, and I love it. I'm wearing it over the York Pinafore that I made out of this red twill, I think. So let's get into what I have finished. Finished objects, also known as. I just wish the lights would stop reflecting in my glasses. I have one FO, and it is sewing. I started and finished. I'm gonna blow everything up. I have finished and started my Agnes top. So this is a pattern by Tilly and the Buttons. I used this I made this out of a crushed black stretch of velvet, and I did the ruched neckline and sleeve. Ooh. I don't want to wear it too much because I don't want to get it covered in dog hair, so this lives on Barnaby full-time until rehearsal dinner day, because the plan is to wear this as my rehearsal dinner outfit along with a skirt. This was, giant string, a super quick sew. I think it took me maybe an afternoon to do, including cutting. But this is the second one I have made. Did I say it was by Tilly and the Buttons? It's by Tilly and the Buttons. It's really easy, super simple directions, and really easy to follow, and you don't need a serger or anything. You can just do this with your zigzag stitch on your sewing machine. Love it. I did serge. Show you the insides. I don't know if you'll be able to see them. I did use my serger on this one. I didn't do that on the last one, but I serged the sleeves to, I don't think you'll be able to see it, or like tell. I don't know. I serged the sleeves to the body, but I did zigzag stitch for everything else. The sleeves are a little tight, but I think with wear they will loosen up a little bit. And I did use, I've made this top once before, so I just took that out and used that as a guideline to what I did for this. Again, I don't know if you'll be able to see. I did use my, you probably can't see it, it's black on black. Can you see that? I did a twin stitch along the neckline to attach that. And yep, there it is. I got this fabric at Affordable Fabrics. I love it so much. I do have a ton of it left over, / I bought more for a tablecloth for the wedding. But I do, this was from a 2-yard piece, and I have a ton left over, so I'm going to make a pencil skirt out of it. You can't have too many pencil skirts, especially in velvet. So that is my FO of the week. I did block my cardigan, and I have pinned grosgrain ribbon to the inside of the ribbing to kind of stabilize that. I haven't sewn it in yet. Iron, it's podcast day. You have to bring it over here. I can't reach through the tripods. Thank you. Can I see? Can I see? We got a vacuum pup. Can I have? No. I just have to sew that on and then sew the buttons, and then that is finished. But you saw it last week, so I'll show you again when it's got buttons, maybe? Or finished, photographed. Into works in progress. So last week I still have the shelf of caked yarn, so you can see. I caked up all the yarn I planned on caking up, and I cast on the Stoker shawl by Kristin Lehrer of Vine. I cast this on to my Isaac DK, which is an 85-15 Polworth and Tussa silk in the Purred colorway from my Advent of Woolen Minis. And you guys, look at it. I am almost done with the first section. Look at these baubles. I'm obsessed. I didn't do the first two correctly. No, the first three correctly. She has a line about how to make them pop out more, and I read it and I went, okay, and then I promptly didn't do it. But then I did it for the other ones, and it's life-changing. Oh, it looks so good. I cannot wait to wear this. I think it's coming out a little bit brighter than it is in real life just because of the lights, but oh, I love it so much. So much. I am knitting this on a US 6, which is the recommended needle size. I usually go up, but I didn't think about it, and this is going to be a giant shawl. So if it's a little bit smaller than Gigundo, I think it'll be okay. It calls for, I think, 3.5 or 4 skeins of a DK weight yarn, so I cannot wait to just squish up in this. I have a small fantasy that I'll finish it by the rehearsal dinner, so before people get there to do the rehearsal, I can make Jake run around with me and take FO photos in our venue, because it would just feed all my dark academia lifestyles that I am so deep in right now. Cannot wait. So I'm hoping I can finish this before then. It's a nice mindless like stress knit for me. It's not round and round, but it's pretty mindless. Again, I love this pattern. I love the design of the pattern. I love the way she wrote the pattern and her just everything. She just gets me on all the levels. So there we are, and it is living in my... I, for the life of me, cannot remember the name of the person who made this bag, and I have, like, tried to Google it and then completely forgot what I was doing multiple times, but it is living in my witchy knitting bag. That's what I've dubbed it. So good. Nothing is happening. He's probably just sitting in a shoe. Or he's probably sitting in that box. Chewy subscription box, and so the cat's probably sitting in it. Active Whip number 2 is sort of a hoe. And these are my... Oh, I forgot the name of the pattern. I'll put it down. It's like Leighton View or something. Mitts. And these are the mitts I got at the Loop London pop-up 2 years ago. And I have finished almost one mitt. Look at it. So it's not blocked, and as you can see, I've not finished the thumb. I'm in debate of whether I'm going to just pick up and cast off the thumb, but I'm going to wait till I finish the second mitt before I make any decisions. So here we are. Mitt number 1 is done. I have not woven in any ends, nor have I finished it technically. But I did cast on the second one, and I told myself if I can finish this within a week, then I'll wear it to the wedding, and if I don't finish this week, I might just put them on the back burner for a little bit and not worry about it, because I think I'm going to cast on one more thing for the wedding, I think. But we are deep into the second mitt. So we have done the cuff, we've done the Latvian braids, which are not terrible on this one. This one's pretty bad. Don't look at that one. This one's okay. We are about halfway done with this one. I did chop off like 20 rows of the pattern. Oh, that looks really cool. I like that. That's good. And I have marked off, I'm trying to get 20 rows done a day, and that's about I don't even know. Not a ton, But you know, it's kind of slow because it is color work on each row. And that should have me finish these on Saturday, which would be great. And then I just pick up and bind off the thumb, and then those are done. If I don't finish them, I don't finish them. It's fine. Ooh. So again, I'm knitting these on some US 0 Hiya Sharp interchangeables. It is some Wenslydale Welsh wool, and the green is naturally dyed. And we're just chugging along. I like color work, and I really like how they're showing up on camera. They look a little hard to read in person, just because it's such a woolly wool, but it's photographing really nicely, and I'm excited to hopefully have these done for the wedding. Not much else to say about that. I think I went over them pretty well last week, and they're still in my Loop London bag, just chilling. This has been my knit while I'm dying project, and I knit on them a bunch last night with Jake while watching TV. I think I have 8 more rows to finish my 20 rows. While the yarn is soaking for its last bath today, I think I'll try and finish those up. So yeah, those are my knitting projects. I do have some sewing projects. I'm going to go grab those because they're laid out on the table, pinned to the pattern pieces still. So sewing works in progress happening. All right, sewing works in progress. I have, as I mentioned, planned on making the Fantail Skirt by Scroop patterns for the bottom of the rehearsal dinner outfit. And I've cut out the fabric. It is this green-based tartan with little bits of purple and blue and yellow. Look at that. So this is one of the back pieces. I have pleated it. I think I'm going to go back and I have to lay out all the pieces again because I somehow managed to not mark any of the notches. So I would like to do that. They're just pins, so I have no problem in ripping out. By ripping out, I mean taking the pins out and unpleating them. I would like to do this properly. My plan is to do, I'm debating between French seams or a felled seam, a flat felled seam. Ow! Oh, stab myself. Hold on. I will move. How'd you get on the bed? It is not playtime, Audrey. Where was I? I'm planning on doing French seams or flat felled seams because this is fraying quite a bit. I would like this to be really nicely finished. Also, I'm a little obsessed with flat felled seams at the moment. Thanks, capes. So, sewing work in progress number 1. I do want to work on this tonight. I think after I get the newsletter out and like I'm done for work for the day, this will be it. Yes, yes. I'm so excited for this. It's, you know, just my dark library dreams. So good. And I think it's going to go really nicely with a couple of the knit tops I have, like my Mount Pleasant. I think the Baudelaire crop top would look really good with this. I think even if I tucked in, I have the Seaside tank by Bountiful Girl Studios. I think if I tuck that in, I think that'd look really cute with this too. So, sewing project number 1. And this is fabric that I have acquired from my grandmother's stash when we went through all of her fabric store, which was her basement. Project number 2 is finally the Robe Bluet by Deer and Doe. I have been oogling over this pattern since Katie from Inside Number 23, who is back, made her first version, and it killed me for all of her 7,000 other versions that she's made, and I finally have done it, almost. I cut it out. I have cut out my Robe Bluet. This is only one piece because they all look weird because they're not cut out of this wool suiting. It's so subtle. There it is, it's so good. It's cut out. I don't have a timeline for this. I would like to finish it before the honeymoon. I feel like this would be a good honeymoon dress. I am doing the sleeveless version A. Yes, version A. So the sleeveless version. The cap sleeves are just so little and they're not going to do anything, so I'm not going to put them on. I've cut everything out, except for the interfacing, and it is waiting patiently until I finish the Fantail Skirt and the Agnes top, which is done. I love it. I have a ton of that fabric left over too, so I'm trying to think of what else I could do with it. I think it's a little too thick to do a fantail skirt, although it might have a really nice shape in the back because of like how thick the fabric is. I kind of want to make Jake a vest out of it because he really likes vests, a la what is that show called? It's Irish. Oh my god, what is that show called? I haven't watched it in so long, it's not going to show up. Peaky Blinders! That's what it is. I love Peaky Blinders. Yeah, I think I'd like to make him a vest in that. Again, no timeline on that. I need to go through my stash a lot. I have to find dresses. I want to make a wrap dress and then just like a Betty dress style dress out of the knit fabric I got from Affordable Fabrics. One's velvet, one's not velvet, just knit fabric, and they're gorgeous and I want dresses out of them. I just had to find patterns. I wish there was a better way to search for like indie knit dress patterns. To check out Blackbird, they usually have recommendations with all their fabric. Yeah, so those are my sewing works in progress. Iron, do you want me to show them? All right, in focus. Tennis ball. I'm not throwing this. I said I'm not throwing this. Alright. It's just really annoying with the glasses. I realize I'm also like looking up a little bit. Alright, yeah, so those are all my works in progress at the moment. Not a ton on the needles, but we're just trying to get stuff done. I do plan on casting on my City Limits, which you can't see here, in my nightshades. Oh, it's stunning. Over the weekend, I would like to get that started and ready to go. And now that I am almost in section B of the Stoker shawl, I want to cast on my Maema cardigan by Pip and Pin. Because I would like that done for Knit City, I think. Or at least super on the needles. Because then I can knit on it on the way up to Knit City. Alright, yeah, so that's really it for the crafting. Again, not a ton this week. I feel like I say that every week. So with that, let us get into shop update and beyond crafting. If you are not here for either of those, thank you so much for watching. And if you'd like to know what's going up in the shop this week, stick around. That was weird. Also, what's this doing? Everything terrible. No, bud, we're not playing right now. So as I have said in the past, we are having 2 to 3 giant shop updates in February to make up for the lack of shop updates that will be happening in March. So our first big update of the month is going to be this Saturday, February 15th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And on basically every base we have. So we have Fig Lace, Tesla, Penny, Isaac, Marie Cutie, and Ginger. We will have, and on Penny, Isaac, and Marie Cutie, we will have sweater quantities of everything. And then I think we'll have sweater quantities on those 3 bases. We'll have Warm and Cozy, Dark and Gloomy, Narnia, Like My Cold Dead Heart, and Nightmares plus 10. So those are going up in the shop on Saturday, February 15th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And tomorrow, February 14th, will be the last day for the Fireheart Cowl and Twist Slouch Hat kit pre-orders. So pre-orders for that are coming down on Friday, and then we're going to start dyeing those in the next week or 2 to get those out to you before the beginning of March, hopefully. So yeah, I hope you guys can make it. That is at onceuponacorgi.com, and thank you so much for supporting the shop and continuing to show your support. All right, beyond crafting. So this is everything we've been up to besides crafting, and surprise, surprise, it's wedding. Forever. I haven't really read that much this week. It's been a lot of watching Cheers and falling asleep on the couch and knitting these mitts and excuse you. But we had our final meeting with, or second to last meeting with the photographer to go over everything. We have finalized our seating chart and sent that off to my friend who has a signs business. It's called that. I'll put it down here. So she is doing our seating chart for us and finalized the bus. We're getting there. We're at 29 days. So most of our future plans are basically just working. I'm sorry, Iron is hitting the tripod with his tail. Come here, bud. You have to move forward a little bit. it's been a lot of work, and whenever we're not working, we're just sort of wedding prepping. We are going through and picking out all the books for the centerpieces, so we have started doing that a little bit. We've got Aragon, Lord of the Rings, all the Harry Potters, Inkheart, Game of Thrones. I think I'm going to try and creep in A Court of Thorns and Roses in there. But my parents have a bunch of nice books too, so we're going to go over there and pick out some of their books for it. And yeah, that's basically been it. I'm going to take out my stash. I'm going to take out the whole stash soon and go through it because I really just want to clean out and reorganize it again because I haven't done it in like 6 months. But it's just been wedding prep. We did our second to last test bake yesterday with Mom for the Madeleines, and I'm gonna do one more because they are vegan. I'm just playing around with egg replacer. So I've done flaxseed, and I don't want to do banana because I don't want them to come out too banana-y. So I'm going to try energy egg. I haven't been able to find in stores, but Red Mill has a good, it looks like a similar egg replacer, so I think I'm gonna get a bag of that and try that out. So if you've tried it and it's not the same as that, please let me know. Yeah, pups. Yeah, we went to Mom's house yesterday to let the poops run around in the backyard, and we are like 87% done with our veil. We just have to do one more round of sewing, and Jake is closing on Saturday, so I think Saturday everything's going to be finished with that, so then I can pack that up and get it ready to be, we're going to have it sent off to David's bridal with my dress to get that steamed the week before. So it's all coming together slowly but surely, and it's taking over my life right now. I feel like I'd be less stressed about it if I wasn't working at home and staring at the countdown every day, so I might just take the countdown down. And yeah, that's really been it. Still watching Cheers. We're on season 8, so we're almost done with that. And I want to get into Lock and Key on Netflix next. And the 3rd season of Sabrina. I haven't really dug into that yet. I think I'm going to save that for a good sewing day. So with that, I am going to let you go. I've got some dyeing to finish up. Oh, also in the shop update, we will have Blood Moon. It's drying / in the pots, so I can't show that to you at this very moment. But that will be the last colorway in the shop. I'll be posting everything to Instagram. It'll be in the newsletter. So with that, thank you so much for watching, supporting the shop, supporting the podcast, and we will see you all next week. Goodbye.